Cyber Knights Flashpoint. Alright, Cyber Knights Flashpoint is down and dusted. This is an incredibly system dense and ambitious that, as mentioned copiously in overviews, pays homage to such IPs as Shadowrun, XCOM, Cyberpunk, and so on. But I would argue that this is very much its own unique takes on the Mercury themes, set in a cyberpunk style world with a splash of a Payday 2. I think this game does a great job of this is creating believable version of the future where people all live in a dystopian society where gangs reign supreme and only 112 cities remain on the earth. Additionally, this game reminds me of the movie The Warriors, only with better technology, and in other ways. It is also feels like vintage 80s and sci-fi. Obviously their Sins brothers have pulled from a lot of influences to craft this world, in which we will be briefly living variously through our Cyber Knight and this crew, and they have done a great job in crafting a memorable world. Ultimately, your goals as only Cyber Knight is the new Boston zone is initially to build up your crew and your base, stack that sweet cash by taking contracts from your contracts, meet and develop relationship with said contracts, get sweet weapon and ammo, and generally shoot, slice and explode your way through whoever gets in your way, or sneak past them. It will usually be a combination of the two. There is a story here, and each member of your crew recruited with story missions has their own story as well, as do your contracts. Some are more impactful than others, but all of them lead you taking on mission after mission. All that said, while the stories presented are well throughout, it's not really the focus of all the game outside of the early game story missions and the endgame story missions. Everything in between is really just about building up loyalty with your crew and contracts. So, and as I mentioned, getting all the sweet cash and gear. Missions take the form of active missions and legwork. Legwork are also solo missions, so that are handled automatically. A contract mission asks you to lend them one of your mercenaries to take care of something specific. Each mercenary has a percentage chance of being successful based on their skill set. I mostly use the same 3 or 4 mercenaries almost exclusively for legworks, as most of these missions fell perfectly into the skill test of those 3 or 4 mercs. And they also went once I usually sent on actual missions. Speaking of classes, there are 10 classes in the game. One is your Cyber Knight, one is your face. So, and 8 others: soldier, sniper, hacker, vanguard, keyboard sword, gunslinger, agent X, and such. The variety is pretty cool, and the unique skill test also feature a lot of useless abilities. So there is some overlap, but not much, and they are all capable of working quite well together. Security level is basically the state of general awareness your opponents in any given area have. They communicate via an AI security system and various security functions in each area, such as cameras and motion sensors, also are wired into the system. As a result, the more you allow yourself to be detected by the various obstacles on a level and the more chaos you create, the higher the security level will be, and the higher that score is, the more security guards and additional security functions an area will bring in or activate. So, as a general rule, the less you can cause this score to increase, the better off you are. However, sometimes things are just inevitable, and I have had my security level crashed 20 times before, which is true instantly in game from LoL. So base building is as simple as cleaning up debris filled rooms. There are a few negatives to mention. As nice as the mission and location where it is, it can hold up to the 125-150 missions grind necessary to complete the endgame. This game would definitely benefit from at least a couple more types of mission and different locations. Hacking isn't really intuitive at all. You get the hangout of it, but I am not sure I fully understand it even now after completing the game. Also, quite a few of the achievements are currently broken. Some aren't even possible at the moment, much as the level 7 or 10 blueprints, which don't exist at time of this writing. So all of the above is representative of all a lot of gameplay system. There are even more I didn't have room to dive into here. Power level, hype, stress, heat, leverages, etc. And I also didn't really even dive into the specific of combat of the super cool selection of weapons. For example, like I say, this is a system dense game. I would definitely note that this game has one of the steeper learning curves early on, but once you really start to understand how all the systems interact with each other, it truly starts to shine. Plus, it has a very real coolness factor throughout. I would consider this game to be a must play to TRPG fans and Cyberpunk fans in general. It's actually a ton of fun, offers a lot of replayability, and it's a great value for that $30 asking price, absolutely worth a look.